Another good tip for the math section, every additional question that you answer correctly is going to boost your score. A lot of students don't understand the differences between, let's say, a 550 on SAT math and a 650. I mean, how many more questions does someone have to get right? And usually, for more questions does someone have to increase of, let's say, 100 points, you don't really have to answer that many more questions correctly. In fact, answering an extra 10 to 12 questions can typically get you where you want to be. A good idea for a student preparing for the math section would be to pull out the, most practice tests have a conversion scale in the back to help score your test. And if you can keep that next to you while you're working through a math section, you can really see, for each additional question, it boosts your score, 10, sometimes 20 points. And just seeing that real-time change in answering, just a couple more questions correctly, you can really see, in real time, your score boosted. One thing that it's important to know about the SAT math section is that the questions increase in difficulty as you progress through a section. So the first question, for example, question number 1, will be the easiest. 95% of students will get the question correct. The last question is going to be the most difficult. 95% of students are going to miss that question. And question 1 or question 20 will be counted the same. You get the same number of points for each of the questions. So it's not like you're getting bonuses for answering those final few difficult questions. The point here is that a good strategy for some students who don't need a perfect score would be to leave those final few questions blank. Don't even worry about them. In a 20-question section, maybe that means leaving questions 17 through 20 completely blank and spending the time that you would have used on those problems in the first part of the section from questions 1 through 16. It allows you to make sure that you're doing those questions accurately, that you aren't making any careless mistakes, that you have time to answer those 16 questions, and really help or boost your score. Strangely enough, most students and parents don't even understand how the scoring system works for the SAT, specifically the SAT math. A lot of the time here at the Waterton Group, we'll have students and parents send us score reports because they're unsure of what they mean. What's a good score? And part of what we do is help them evaluate and decipher these pretty intricate score reports and use those score reports as a tool to help boost their score on an additional test. Hi, I'm James Danke, Executive Director of the Waterton Group.